Oh, boy, if this one doesn't hit close for a lot of people, for many parents, every day can be a comedy of sorts. Our next guest is a wife and mother who found a way to tap into her life experiences and became a professional stand-up comic. Linda Belt has performed throughout the United States and Canada and has been featured in a number of comedy festivals and joins us right now. How are you, Linda?
Hi, Steve. Thank you so much for having me today.
You didn't have the little buzzer when you shook my hand.
No, I didn't have the little buzzer. No.
Oh,
I don't,
my God.
No, I do the funny with the talk. I don't have the props.
Now, tell me something. When you were growing up as a little girl, what were some of the first comedians that you really related to and said, you know, I'd love to do that. I think I can do that. Where did all this inspiration come from? Because I've looked at your stuff up on YouTube and stuff, and you're like, you know, off the wall. I mean, I really enjoy it. But how did all that come together for you?
I guess it does start in childhood. Yeah, I watched television, you know, Carol Burnett Show, Jackie Gleason, you know, the early television shows. But I always enjoyed comedy. And I don't know. I honestly think I just had it in me. Also, I'm the youngest of 4 kids, so I guess I had to vie for attention. So I guess if a psychologist was going to analyze me, they'd probably say I was the typical, you know, comic. The 4th child having to look at
get
me,
the attention.
look at me, exactly.
Yeah, don't forget.
So maybe that's where it came from. Maybe it had nothing to do with watching the comics. Who knows?
Yeah, sure. By the time the parents had 4, they said, "Yeah, there's another one. Put her over there."
Exactly.
Right? Oh my gosh! Now, when you were in when you were in school, were you doing cut up then? Were you the class clown?
No.
See?
Well, kind of, sort of. Let me qualify that statement.
Yeah.
Straight A student, excellent student, except on my report card it would always say, Linda's an excellent student, finishes her work very promptly, but then turns around and talks to all the other students. So I did get in trouble for being a yacker, but if I did play a practical joke, I was so smart that I never got caught. So somebody else would get in trouble.
Oh, that's the best way.
It was the best.
So I used to do that too.
I was the class clown without getting caught.
Set them up and let somebody else get sent to the principal's office.
You got it.
Oh, you got to love that. Now, where did you grow up? Did you grow up in Jersey, I heard?
I grew up in Jersey, the real Jersey, Jersey City. I grew up very urban. I always say the real Jersey. But I always like to make that clear that I'm a true example of a real New Jersey housewife. And not what you see, or the Jersey Shore, or the Sopranos, because I think that's what everybody thinks when they think of New Jersey. Yeah, born and raised.
So what was it? What brought you to Connecticut? How did that all come together?
I married a Bostonian. I married a Bostonian. New Jersey. The Yankee fan met the Red Sox fan.
Oh, fantastic.
And we came halfway to the middle.
And you still battle over the games?
No, I converted. I became a Red Sox fan.
Ooh, okay, wait. I don't want to go there right now.
Should I have just said that on television?
No, it's okay.
Well, I wanted to keep peace in my house. You know, marriage is hard enough, you know what I mean? So there's enough to argue about. I figured I'd get the baseball out of it.
Well, speaking about your home life, and how many children do you have, and how did they inspire you to get up and do the stand-up?
I have 2 children, Steve. I have my son, who is 19 years old, soon to be 20 in November. My daughter is 18. And actually, my son did improv in high school. My daughter's an actress, and they both did theater. And they really inspired me because I would watch them go to auditions and not have an ounce of fear and just get up and do this. So they taught me to think like a child and get rid of that fear. And so when I went out to do my first open mic, I put myself in that mindset.
And what was that like, your first time?
Well, I have to tell you the story about why I started. I went to an open mic where I did not perform, but I just watched, and there were 6 comics. There were 5 men, 1 woman. There's very few women in comedy. So I was noticing that, and I did notice, and it was unfortunate. Poor girl was trying, but she was awful. I mean, poor thing. It was just awful. So I turned to my friend, and I said, you know, on the worst day of my life, I'm funnier than this woman. Just normal every day. So I said, I have to try this. So seeing somebody really bad is what prompted me to try comedy.
And you drew from your children, though. You drew from the experiences in the beginning, right?
Oh, yeah.
What kind of stuff were you first doing when you were doing stand-up? What kind of experiences were you drawing from?
Talking about marriage, talking about my children, just talking about... well, I went back... I started comedy 7 years ago. I was a stay-at-home mother for 15 years. So I was a woman of a certain age, if you know what I mean. I was a mature gal going into comedy. So I was coming from a very different perspective, from a very different point of view.
You're a mature gal. Sure.
Mature
gal. A little bit off the wall. I mean, if you get a chance to see any of her shows.
I'm mature. I said age-wise. I didn't say act. You got to act.
You got to say, and you got to keep it young at heart. What kind of books do you like to read? What inspires you from that?
I like a lot of nonfiction, believe it or not. I love reading biographies and nonfiction, and I also read a lot of advice books and self-help. Not that I need them.
No, but you can get great stuff. Great,
exactly. Yeah, exactly. Inspiration.
Now, when you look at what's going on today, and the way the comedy scene is, you've got a lot of different acts come up. Give us an idea of the types of places you play. I know your acts go everything from for the whole family right up to over the top. And you kind of let people know up front, depending what they're looking for, you can design an act for that.
Absolutely. I could tailor an act. Because if I'm in a nightclub, you're going to get a very adult, no holds barred, non-censored act. And I've also been caught off guard where I've been contracted for a party, and I'm told no children will be there, and then I arrive and there are children there. So then I very quickly have to switch gears and get into a mode of clean, if you know what I mean.
Every now and then you got to clean it up just a little bit. People say, you got a stand-up comedian coming in. Have you talked to her beforehand? Keep an eye on this. Now, let's put up on the screen. I understand you've got some acts coming up right here in Connecticut, right?
Yeah.
What do we see there? Okay, give us an idea. Where are you going to be in Connecticut? Sherman, the JCC in Sherman, right?
JCC in Sherman.
All right, and
also Saturday night.
When?
This Saturday night.
This Saturday night. And Senor Pancho's next week.
The 28th in Prospect, Connecticut.
Okay, those two different places, Senor Pancho's, are they both going to be kind of rated PG, or where are you going to be going with that?
JCC in Sherman is PG-13.
Okay.
Senor Pancho's, no rating.
Everything you go. Linda Belt, you're awesome.
Thank you so much.
Linda's website is lindabelt.com. Thanks so much for being here. Really, really means a lot.